from the local community. That's very, very privileged and lucky to be working in this beautiful reserve. So what brings us up here today, we're just here to try and immobilize the rhino to trim or dehorn with the community school, which is something that is valuable for the protection of these rhinos, because we know that rhinos are being heavily targeted for their horn. We're waiting for the schools to arrive and then we'll start from there. Yeah, reason for the helicopter behind us, it's because it's what we use nowadays to capture big animals like rhinos. So the process again, what will happen is that the chopper will go up again together with one or two of our guys, and then the vet will also be involved in the chopper. So he's going to dart from the air, and then we as a ground team will be following the helicopter, and then once the rhino has been darted, we're going to get involved.
I'm Dr. Mike Toft. I'm a wildlife veterinarian in the northern Zululand area. Basically, my task is to immobilize the rhino safely, get them down, get them into a position where we can work on them, do the actual dehorning process and collect DNA samples from both of the animals that we were doing, and to check their microchip status as well. If they haven't been notched, then obviously we will be notching them as well. Rhino dehorning, certainly in the private reserves, has resulted in between a 90 and 96% reduction in poaching pressure and poaching incidents, so it's been an incredibly effective tool.
We're not just here to show off to the school children. There's a lot that we need to teach them about, like DNA. We keep and store it, and maybe the rhino is killed and the horn is taken and it's intercepted in one of the airports. We can be able to trace transfer by using the DNA samples that we collected from that interview.
My name is Nomusa Zikhali. I'm the former principal of Nkomo Primary School. I'm now a circuit manager responsible for 24 schools. I'm in charge of 24 schools now. We always emphasize conserving nature. Our generation will need to see the rhinos in future. What has been happening here was an eye-opener even to our kids.
Part of what we do as the reserve is to empower the local communities and the local children through environmental education. Even though we do quite a lot of these exercises with our guests that comes and stay at our lodges, but for today's exercise, it is quite important that we have been given some donation to do this with the school children. So there's a Zulu saying that you need to try and bend a stick while it's still young. So it's quite important that we do emphasize the future of the wildlife is obviously in the new generation. So it's quite important. In times like this where we had COVID, the tourism industry, without guests coming in here, that means every budget line is so tight. All these conservations are costly and wouldn't have been able to do this exercise without our donors. So we are so grateful and thank you very much to our donors, the over and above, and that has funded this whole operation to take place today. So thank you so much, and we really appreciate all the effort and time and everything that you've done for us.